If you'd like to purchase Magic Online cards at competitive prices, check out our web store at mtgoacademy.com/store.
All right, here we are in the first round. Definitely going to play first. This deck always wants to play first if it can. And here's a great little hand for us. It's kind of hand that can run over a clunky draw or a bunch of mulligans. Our opponent did not mulligan this turn, or this time though. So we're going to kick things off with Diregraph, Ghoul, and then probably just Carnophage next turn. Yeah, just Carnophage this turn, and then we'll him in a minute. All right, we played around 4 spike here, so we know we're not going to get spiked. And then if he plays a creature here, we can Gatekeeper. If he doesn't, we can Herald, and then him after. I mean, we just need to him at some point here. Yes. So we're going to play into a counterspell here. It's not the end of the world if he counters our Herald. And if he doesn't have it, he's just kind of dead. And is this going to be a creature? Oh, it is. And he's going to get back something. He gets back Mana Leak. All right, well, we get to play around Mana Leak forever, so that's good. So let's just kick this thing, get in there for 4, and then hopefully we'll draw some more gas here. I mean, we get to play around. We can him to Tarakim next turn with Mana Leak, and play around Mana Leak. Actually, let's just attack first. So he takes 4 here. And him is not amazing here. But it's pretty good. I mean, it's always pretty good. And we hit 2 lands out of his hand. So not amazing for us there. There's definitely a lot of plays that he could make here. All right, that is not one of them. Remember, Mazavith doesn't make mana, and it costs a land drop, so he's essentially on 3 mana here. And yeah, it looks like he's just committed to leaving up his Mana Leak. Unfortunately, we flooded. Otherwise, we'd be really crushing here, but I mean, we don't have to do anything, though. We're way ahead on board, so your move. I'd probably be making this play anyway, unless we could resolve something through a leak. But he's got to make a big play here. There's a lot of plays he can make, though. I mean, he can steal one of our guys. All right, so we get there. Go 1-drops. Spell Pierce, yes. Feel like Edict is probably good against a deck like his. I mean, it depends. Like if he has the tokeny green stuff, then it sucks. I guess we can wait a turn to see, or wait a game to see here. Treachery is still worth keeping in. All of our expensive stuff is still worth keeping in. Maybe I don't want that. What's bad against him here? Knight of Infamy? Yeah. I mean, Knight's always reasonable, but it definitely goes down a bit. We have to mulligan the no lander there. Here is interesting. If we hit lands, how happy are we? If we hit an island, we can spell pierce something maybe. We have a Carnophage to start beating down. I think this is still a mulligan. All right. Well, this hand has a very clear game plan. That's nice. This will be a good, even if we don't win this game, we're going to get an idea of what his deck's up to a little bit more. Jushi. All right, well, let's see if he just wants to start grinding with Jushi, because he can definitely get us pretty good by doing that. If we draw a black source, we'll just snap off Jushi here at some point. But all right, so he's going to attack. This is good news for us. This means that he's planning on casting a spell. 2 spells, as it were. Ponder. Yeah, Ponder resolves. And he did not shuffle his library. Should I counter the Shardless Agent? I guess so. It's a pretty miserable thing to counter, but we're going to just start falling way behind otherwise. All right, here's Kira. So now we have a little bit of pressure, and then next turn we have Snapcaster Mage Counterspell, and if we draw a Swamp, we could even have Doomblade. So that was actually just a very good draw. It's going to give us the ability to pressure our opponent. Wow, and we drew our Swamp too, so that's nice. Start beating down. He's going to pay 3 mana to draw a card with Jushi. We're going to Doomblade Jushi, and off we go. So we have Kira, and we're going to have Snapcaster Counterspell, so this turn's huge for him. I mean, if he plays some big 5-drop that we can't deal with, then we're approaching dead. All right, but he doesn't. Oh, that's a good one. And instead, we get to just start beating down with Kira. So now we're all of a sudden in a good position. What do you got? Got to have something. He wants to click us. I'm just going to counter it. This leaves us with 4 power of creatures, and now we're in a position where if his play is to just play something huge, as long as it isn't like Battlesphere or something like that, we can just gack it. The Karn Father. All right, well, Treachery goes away, and we are all of a sudden in a world of pain. Think we ignore Karn? Is that possible? So I hit him for 4. He goes to 9. He pluses Karn, but we don't actually do anything. He plays anything that can block. I guess we have to attack Karn. I mean, Kira is obviously very good against Karn in this way, but like Karn, I mean, he's going to be at 10 again. Like, it's +4 is just so absurd. The problem is, like, if this board stayed like this, then we would just ignore. But he's going to play something, right? I mean, he can't just do nothing here. Strips our black mana source. Does nothing? Maybe he is just going to do nothing forever. All right. We just have to hope he has nothing, I suppose. Yeah, he didn't do anything that turn. We can make him restart the game. And he gets to have a Spell Pierce, which doesn't do anything. All he has to do is cast something here, though. I mean, anything that is a creature and can block or whatever is going to be enough. Ooh. Upheaval. Well, that's not that bad for us, actually, now that I think about it. I mean, especially if we draw a Swamp here. Because he's got to discard a bunch. He does get to get off to a 1-mana lead on us. Okay. So we're not really going to get a quick jump on him here. So, yeah, I guess this is... I mean, obviously, it benefits him. But he's at 5. I mean, if we would have drawn a Swamp there, I think we're in an actually really good spot. We can go Diregraph Ghoul into Lacerator, into Kira. But he stripped our swamp first, and that ends up being quite nice, it turns out. Interesting decision upcoming here. I think if we don't draw a swamp, I'm probably just going to play Snapcaster for no value and try to hit him with it a couple of times. But we did draw a swamp, so Diregraph, cool. And now I'll eventually have Snapcaster Doomblade if he plays a creature I want to kill. This gets interesting for sure. I don't know where this leads. I don't know how this ends. He's already back up to 4 mana. And he's got a Sower. So we're going to Snapcaster Doomblade in a turn here. And for now, I think we just play Kira. So if he does nothing here, then we do nothing as well. Plays Cura. Are you plussing Cura? No, you're not. He's trying to get back up to Karn. And my job is to make Karn not matter. Because this isn't going to do anything anymore. I'm going to ignore Cura. Because that doesn't work anymore because of Kira's ability. And if he wants to use Cura, then Kira's ability will happen anyway. And he can't do these on my turn. So this puts us in a great spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can pay 5 mana. But he can't really hit our creatures. Cura's just doing serious work here. He's going to cash in Cura. And he's got to find a way to deal with stuff here. I mean, he's got 2 turn clock in the air, or he's just dead if he can only cast 1 creature this next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still not enough for Karn, and even then, Karn wouldn't do much. In fact, he would just lose if he played Karn. That's good. But he needs more than that. I'm going for it. Because if he plays something else, yeah, I'm going for this. If he wants to sack it, of course, I don't have to pay for Slaughter Pack then anymore. But hopefully I just win this turn anyway. Because I'm thinking if he has a flash creature of some sort, that his plan is to like block here, and only take 2 and get to untap. I mean, he's dead on board. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana untapped. So I think we just go for it and make that, single flash creature a blank here. Not even just flash creature, but any bounce. No, bounce spells don't. It has to be a flash creature actually, or 2 bounce spells. He can get away with like repeal plus something. All right, so Cryptic, and he's going to counter it, and he's going to counter it. Okay, so that's what his plan was, because Cryptic doesn't target. Okay, but even if he plays Karn, he's in a really bad spot. In fact, he's still dead if he plays Karn. We have Snapcaster, so he can't get Cryptic back that way. Karn doesn't do it, man. Just going to kill you. He just has to hope that I... Let's just make sure here. All right, so we got there. That was an interesting one. I think that that matchup can go either way. I mean, we beat Upheaval Karn twice, so I guess that favors us. But anyway, we'll see what happens in the next round.